This easily had to be one of the worst Smackdowns I have watched in quite a while. You call this a go-home show? Especially for both Raw and SmackDown. We get Brie Bella versus Maryse as the main event. How is that go home worthy? But yet, how is that even main event worthy? I just don't understand it. When you announce a main event is something that is meant to excite you, that's meant to get you ready for the pay-per-view. How is Brie Bella versus Maryse exciting in any way? Sure, I will admit I was quite happy to hear that Maryse was going to be competing again for the first time in 7 years. But all we got was we barely got anything out of the way in the match. There was barely anything. This is basically WWE's way of saying Maryse can't really wrestle well anymore. If they aren't going to let her, be a wrestler. I know Maryse can do good. And I guess Miz has memory loss. I guess Miz has memory loss because he called Maryse the longest reigning Divas champion in history. So I'm guessing AJ Lee and Nikki Bella never existed. So I'm guessing AJ Lee and Nikki Bella, I guess their title reigns were less than what Maryse got, according to the Miz. Unbelievable. Unbelievable how the Miz has such shitty memory loss. Maybe if he called Maryse the third longest reigning champion in history, then I wouldn't be complaining. And considering that they are mentioning the Divas Championship now, it only makes things worse. Because if you guys remember that old video I made about Maria wanting the Divas Championship back, with everybody mentioning the Divas Championship, like Miz and how they keep mentioning Total Divas and all this crap, I wouldn't be surprised if the title does come back now. I would not be shocked if the belt does come back at this point. But either way, this is the worst main event I've ever seen. I may like Brie and Maryse, but there is no way I can sit here and say that this was a good match. It was absolutely horrible. And I freaking hate heel cowards. I hate those coward type of heels. I'm sick of it. I mean, I thought Miz has gone past this stage. I thought everyone was saying that Miz has gone past his days of being a coward and all this crap. So if he's really gone past his days of being a coward, here he is trying to get his wife out of a match. Yeah, that is definitely not a coward. Trying to get his own wife out of a match that Paige made. I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick. I understand we have to have cowardly heels, but nowadays we have them all the time. Nowadays we have them all the time. Nearly every heel we have nowadays is always a cowardly heel. Not all of them, mate. Not all of them, but I'm saying most of the time now we have a cowardly heel. And Miz is one of them, trying to get his wife out of a match. It's so silly. I want to see Maryse compete more, but I'm sick and tired of it being more like, stop treating this like oh, she's just given birth. She's just given birth. She shouldn't be competing. Well, then why are you even back in WWE? Why are you even back in WWE if you've just given birth? And besides, that kind of crap, that's a load of baloney. That's a load of baloney anyway. How in the hell is Maryse just born? or not, what's her name? How did Maryse just get Monroe Sky just now? If Maryse just got Monroe Sky just now, she would still be in the hospital, still dealing with her belly. Hearing the commentators saying that it's not fair, that Maryse should not be competing because she's just given birth, then that line just really pisses me off. That line pisses me off because I know it's not true. Monroe Sky was born around WrestleMania time. So we know Maryse is physically able to wrestle and physically able to move. Don't give me this shit, especially the commentators to WWE. Don't book your stupid commentators to say, oh, Maryse can't wrestle, she's just given birth. You're making it sound that she's just given birth a few weeks ago and now she's been forced to compete. That's how you're making it sound. The main event wasn't really anything special, like I said. It was just a complete waste of time. Brie Bella won by disqualification. Who cares? Let's talk about the other things that happened. We had Jeff Hardy versus Shinsuke Nakamura. This match also ended in disqualification. This was the first match that ended in disqualification. I would much prefer Jeff Hardy and Shinsuke being the main event, and Brie and Maryse being the first match of the show. Because it makes no sense. But whatever. Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton had a brawl. Jeff Hardy stood tall at the end of the brawl, heading into Hell in a Cell. AJ Styles and Samoa Joe, they had two segments. AJ Styles speaking about Samoa Joe. You know, it was good. And then Joe did a story time thing. You know, this has just gone on long enough now. This match has suffered the AJ Styles Nakamura treatment. This match has suffered in that type of category. It started off hot, and then it started to die down. Samoa Joe is definitely a guy worthy to be called WWE Champion, yes. But there is no way that this entire storyline can be focusing around AJ Styles and his wife. That's what this entire story is surrounded by. They barely mention the WWE Championship at all. Joe seems to be more obsessed with Wendy than the WWE Championship itself. This is the thing. That's the thing that I don't understand. Why is he so obsessed with Wendy? It makes no sense to me. And also, here's the other thing. If Wendy really didn't like AJ Styles being away from home, then they would be divorced. So clearly we know that Wendy's okay with Styles being away from home while she's looking after the kids. It's clear as day. We're not stupid. There might be a few people in this community that are stupid and don't realize it, but it is. But we all know it's true. We all know that's true. If Wendy didn't like it, they'd be divorced by now. So this whole story being about Wendy, it's really getting old real quick. I'm calling it the Styles Nakamura syndrome, because that's what it seems to be suffering by. Being all about Wendy and not about the WWE Championship. We had Charlotte Flair taking on Sonya Deville. Was it good to see Mandy Rose? Absolutely. Of course it was. Of course it was good to see Mandy Rose. Whenever I see Mandy Rose, she always gives me that excitement of future. Dressed in black, definitely love it. But I do not like how they're being treated. Especially Sonya Deville. I might not be the biggest Sonya Deville fan, but I know she deserves, you know, somewhat of a push. So does Mandy. They both deserve one. They're both suffering from the, oh, we don't really like you that much syndrome. They're suffering from that type of syndrome. We prefer Charlotte more than over you, so we're not going to push you. You're just going to be like everybody else in the locker room. You're just going to be taking the back seat while we have all the women that we want represent the company. And I find it hilarious how people say that Vince McMahon loves blonde women. You know, if Vince McMahon really loved blonde women, Mandy Rose would easily be pushed by now. You know, it makes me laugh when I hear people say, oh, WWE really has a fetish with blonde women. They love pushing blondes. Where's Mandy Rose's push? Where's Mandy's push? Mandy's blonde. She didn't dye her hair blonde. She's naturally blonde. Where's Mandy's push? Is it you people make me laugh. People that say that WWE love blonde women, clearly you're freaking foolish. If he really loved blonde women, Mandy Rose should easily be pushed. Easily. Yes, Carmella was pushed. She's blonde. Yes, Alexa Bliss is blonde. She's been pushed. Charlotte's blonde. Ronda is blonde. Liv Morgan's blonde. But she's not getting pushed. So yeah. So yeah, your creepy fetish of saying that Vince McMahon loves blonde women is completely false. If he really loved blonde women, every single blonde in WWE would be getting pushed. They only like certain blonde women. They only like the blonde women that they like, which is Ronda, Bliss, and Charlotte. So don't give me that crap that Vince McMahon loves blonde women, because then Mandy Rose should easily be pushed by now. But no, but no, I don't believe that for a second. That's why I don't believe it. When people say, "Oh, Vince McMahon loves blonde women," I don't believe it. Sure, it's easy for people to believe with Ronda, Charlotte, and Alexa, but if you truly believe that they loved blondes, you'd be looking at the rosters and you'd be like, "Oh, Mandy's blonde. Oh, Liv Morgan's blonde. Why aren't they getting pushed?" That's the thing that I think that people seem to be failing to understand here. If Vince loved blonde women, Mandy Rose should be racking up victories and beginning her climb to the top. So I don't believe that for a second that Vince McMahon loves blonde women. Charlotte Flair obviously gets the win here over Sonya Deville, and we get the Irish not so last kicker anymore, sneak attack Charlotte, and of course we got to get the fans being hypocritical as always, refusing to do what fans are supposed to do, cheer the baby faces and hate the heels, but we're living in an era where the fans cheer the heels and hate the bad guys. What did I say? I said cheer the heels and cheer the bad guys. Cheer the heels and boo the faces. Whatever. I don't really give a shit about the people anymore. If you're gonna be completely hypocritical all because you didn't get what you want, and you're just gonna hate it because you didn't get what you want, then you people just don't know how to grow up. I don't care. Charlotte, Becky Lynch is turning into the heel that I do not like, a cowardly heel, because she attacked Charlotte from behind while being dressed up as a fan in the crowd. We had Rusev Day versus The Bar for the tag team titles. This was probably the only good match of the night to me. And Rusev Day surprisingly get the victory. Now the reason why I'm calling this a surprise it's because at the Super Showdown, we've got The Bar versus New Day. So I find it pretty odd that The Bar are getting a title shot at the Super Showdown, but you have The Bar lose to the New Day. Now I know this was no, not New Day. What am I saying? I'm getting my words mixed up. The Bar losing to Rusev Day. Now some people would easily be saying, "Oh, but this is for Hell in a Cell. This is for Hell in a Cell. That's why Rusev Day won." Yeah, but next week is Hell in a Cell, but then the week after is the last week before the Super Showdown. So how is The Bar going to be getting a title shot? Like I said, all these matches, all the matches that has been announced for the Super Showdown, you know, there's only been one match they've been building towards at the Super Showdown. That's been Triple H and The Undertaker. That's the only match they've built towards. They've built towards 0 other matches. Every other match has just been put together for the sake of being put together. So The Bar basically aren't really. So at this point, The Bar really don't deserve a tag team title shot, considering they just lost to Rusev Day. So clearly they don't deserve it. That's clearly the fact, that they just don't really deserve it. Like I said, Rusev Day get the victory, and they'll be versing New Day at Hell in a Cell. The final match we're going to be talking about, guys, is Andrade Cien Almas versus R-Truth. Carmella seems to be on R-Truth's side. I thought, like, I'm glad Carmella's transitioning into a face. And I know the Mixed Match Challenge is coming up soon, but I heard R-Truth say he wanted to call it truce just for one night only with Carmella. So, it's either you call it truce for good, or you call it truce for one night only. You don't say, "Oh, I want you to be with me for 1 week," and then all of a sudden now all of a sudden Carmella, you know, now Carmella now all of a sudden feels happy to be with R-Truth. Sure, I don't mind Carmella becoming a face. I'm happy Carmella's a face. She feels more like a face to me. I think Carmella would easily get over more as a face. But I know the Mixed Match Challenge is coming up, and I reckon that's probably the only reason why they're pairing them together for now. But if you're going to make this a traditional face turn and a complete new character for Carmella, then there was no reason for R-Truth to say, "Oh, we'll call it one night. We'll call it truce for one night only." Like, if you have R-Truth say, "We'll call it truce for one night only," that means Carmella shouldn't even been out there with R-Truth tonight against Almas. So basically, WWE's version of R-Truth saying we'll call it truce for one night only is we're going to call it truce permanently and make people think we meant one night only. And yes, I understand the Mixed Match Challenge is coming up. That's probably the only reason why people are saying, "Oh, that's why Carmella is still with R-Truth." We'll see what happens after the Mixed Match Challenge. I'm glad Carmella's a face, but there's no but I feel like it's a bit weird that I just find it weird. That's all. I just find it weird. Almost got the victory here over R-Truth, and R-Truth's little 1-0 winning streak, you know, comes to an end because that's the reason why this whole match came about, because R-Truth believed he was on a winning streak. So Almas gets the victory here. I'm probably expecting maybe I would not be surprised coming Super Showdown. I would not be surprised if we get a mixed tag. R-Truth and Carmella versus Almas and Vega. I would not be surprised at all. Because this company seems to love putting us in, having us sit through tag team matches. So I'm guessing tag team matches are the only way to get everybody on the card now. But whatever. But whatever. That was your SmackDown Live review. This really wasn't a good SmackDown. This SmackDown really sucked. It really got nowhere. And it was just poor. It was absolutely poor. There was nothing exciting happening. And that's pretty much it. And that's pretty much your build to Hell in a Cell. That's pretty much your build to Hell in a Cell. And yeah, I hope everybody's happy. But I'm certainly not looking forward to Hell in a Cell next week. But I will be watching that, of course. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. Hit the thumbs up if you guys did enjoy this review. Comment your opinions down below as well. And be sure to follow me on Twitter at pbarnetime95. A link in the description down below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll talk to you all maybe whenever I make a video. See you guys then.